This shot was taken on October 10th, 2010. And so is this, and this, and this. There's really nothing else unifying these scenes, only the fact that they were captured on the same day all over the world. And according to the guy that brought all these vignettes together, that's exactly the point.
I'd describe One Day on Earth as a community and movement to document the world, to share things that matter, and a participatory media concept and experiment where anyone can basically tell a story, and the collective stories that we all tell.
That's filmmaker Kyle Roddick describing his brainchild One Day on Earth. The idea was to find a filmmaker in every single country in the world and to collect from each of them a moment in their day. And even in 2010, that every country in the world part was a real challenge.
There's a lot of the world where just even getting a video or a photograph from is actually a lot of work. How represented are they in the global picture? They're really not as much as you'd think.
Though once the project gained some steam, Kyle had help.
The United Nations and the Red Cross and all sorts of other humanitarian organizations. And these really came to play big time in the places around the world where there's no bandwidth.
Technical hurdles overcome, the footage flowed in to the tune of 3,000 hours. A real picture of October 10th, 2010 emerged, and with it came everything you'd expect from One Day on Earth. Excitement, fun, danger, sorrow, joy, hope, and everything in between. And ultimately, there's a feeling Kyle keeps returning to: connection.
The world's never been so connected before, but we're just kind of crossing this thresholds of like, what's it like when people in every country in the world do something at the same time or work on something at the same time. And I think this is like one step in the evolution of how connected we actually are.
In the 5 years since this first project, One Day on Earth has spawned more collaborative documentaries, a foundation, a social media platform, and a lot more. But for Kyle, the soul of the whole thing remains in the participants.
It was kind of like, wow, you put an idea out there and a lot of people grabbed hold and a lot of people got inspired and they made it their own. Someone just heard our little call to do something cool and they knew what their cool was and what their beautiful was and what their inspirational was.
For access to another unique part of the world, check out this episode on the underground town in the middle of the Australian outback.
Most of the residents of Coober Pedy live in underground homes to avoid the sun and the heat, and the man in this photo, who Elliot called Eddie, was looking to build a new home for himself.
And don't forget to click subscribe. Thanks for watching.